Hey guys, it's Lynn coming tonight on for another message here. It's for the second sacral chakra. So I'm just jumping on. The color's orange. I just got in from grounding outside with my dog, and so the color's orange. So I kind of stepped into the role of the divine feminine right now with the bright orange color. So that's the color of our second chakra, the sacral chakra, which is just below our belly button. So this is the chakra where all of our creativity comes from, and our sacred sexual energy comes from here as well. So I'm gonna start it off by cleansing the space. I do have an orange lighter, but of course it doesn't work, so I thought I'd show that anyway. But I do have a yellow one, which will bring us tomorrow to the solar plexus. So I'm just gonna cleanse the space right now, and no time like the present. I could have waited and ate dinner. I started cooking my dinner right now, and I thought, you know what? I'm just going to jump on and do it. I had it all good to go last night, and I ended up falling asleep, and it was about 4 in the morning. I woke up, and I was like, it doesn't feel right at 4:30 in the morning. The energy didn't feel right. At about 3 a.m. and 3:30 a.m., it felt really good, but I decided to wait, so I'm just coming on now with this. So I'm going to cleanse the space tonight, and again, the color is that nice vibrant orange. I tried to find a necklace. It's an old necklace. It's not really that orange, but it will do. The other side's green for the heart chakra, and I'm going to cleanse the space. And out of the book I showed yesterday with the healing angels, with the healing angels of the energy field. We're going to call upon Archangel Michael for our sacral chakra, and what Archangel Michael does when we want to call upon him. Just let me find the page here. Again, it's for the cellular memory areas for the kidneys, and we can call on Archangel Michael for protection, and it's to clear out any fear that we have within us. So again, in my journey, fear is an illusion, and there's nothing that I'm afraid of. As long as we keep speaking our truth and moving along, hopefully everything will work out for us easily and effortlessly. If we stay stagnant and don't feel any pain and don't move through the growth spurts and the growth periods of the spiritual journey, then we're never going to evolve, and we'll just go back to old habits. So it's always good to keep moving along on your journey. And again, we don't live in fear. It is an illusion. So I've lit the sage up here, and I'm going to read something out of this book here. It's, again, we call on Michael for protection, so to get rid of fear. And it's going to help clear fear, especially fear of living your actual soul's purpose. So if you're kind of not living in your soul's purpose right now, and you're at a job that you hate, or hanging around with people that aren't like you at all, like I was for a long time, hiding in my addictions and not expressing my true self, being too afraid of what everybody would think of me, and letting people kind of bulldoze over me with what the way they wanted me to be, and it wasn't me at all. Now that I'm growing more, and going within myself to figure out who I am and what I can bring to the table. Again, I try to live each day with integrity, value, and service. And I find if you can't do all three, at least if you're bringing value or some form of service for people on their journey, I'd love to lead my life with integrity every day as well. So if I can't hit all three, at least I always have one going for me. So we're going to open up the space and cleanse it right now. We're going to call upon Archangel Michael, and we have a little prayer here for him. And Michael is the healing angel of safety and protection, especially protection against fear and negativity. So again, it's those lower entities and those lower sort of, again, narcissistic energies that you may not be fitting in with right now. And since most of our fears are created through our thoughts, it's very important, again, to stay away from people that are toxic, because their thoughts become your thoughts. And again, you're not thinking for yourself. You're taking on somebody's dream and lifestyle that they wanted for you by the time you're done. And you'll never, ever, ever evolve, and you'll never try to find out the woman or man that you were intended to be. So I'm just going to read this here and go over it. It's since most of the fears are created through our thoughts, and again, through other people's thoughts. A lot of people like to have chaotic storytelling as well, which is very negative, and it can bring us down at the end of the day. You might get a thought in your head and think, that's not something I would ever think. And then, you have to cut the cord with somebody else, because that's somebody else impeding over your whole energetic field. So it's very important to cut cords with people. So Michael will help us to master our fears and move through the door. So there's always going to be one door closes and another one's going to open for you, should you not live in fear and let go of your limiting beliefs. This is particularly helpful when you are making changes in your life, especially when one door is closing and another is opening. His energy is very healing whenever you are afraid, and he is especially helpful if you are experiencing panic or anxiety attacks. So we're going to ask Archangel Michael to come in with us right now and talk about our sacral chakra and the importance of having it balanced out and stepping into that divine feminine or divine masculine, but again, it's where our creativity and our sexual energy is stored in our sacral chakra, which is just below the belly button. So that's where the energetic field is on our body. It's just right below our belly button. And so again, the lower abdomen between navel and genitals. So it represents all of our sexual energy. And in Sanskrit, I'm going to hope that I pronounce it correctly. It stands for sweetness. And I'm going to take a stab here and hope I'm saying it correctly. Svadhisthanda. Hopefully I'm saying that right. If not, I will correct that and try to get better at pronouncing it in Sanskrit. Again, it does stand for sweetness. So again, it is that sexual energy. Which is kind of great for me, because I do have a lot of that sexual energy as I'm 3 years and 3 months celibate, I believe I took on my journey, as well as letting go of all the other addictions and the people pleasing and being codependent. It's allowed me to sort of more creatively express myself and do a lot of womb cleansings as well, which I'll put in the description when I'm done. So this is for who you are, and it's to let you know what you do is enough. So as long as you're doing anything, it is enough, as long as you believe in yourself. It's our energy center through where we perceive other people's emotions, which I said, sometimes we can perceive things differently than what reality is really going on. So you always try to get out of those energies that aren't matching you anymore, because that's not your energy. It's the energy center which we perceive other people's emotions, which I just said, and creativity, it gives us emotional stability. A healthy connect to pleasure and intimacy. So if we don't open up our sacral chakra, it's kind of like you're never going to get that good essence of being intimate with somebody where the real love comes from, right? It's not just a wham, bam, thank you, man. It's ma'am or man. It's being able to be open with somebody and have that intimacy that is a love like no other, right? It's if you're closed off, you're not going to have that. You're going to just have you're just going to be promiscuous and sleeping around out there, and you'll probably never ever feel love or be loved, because your sacral chakra is closed. So how we balance that out and open it, as far as what I've been taught in Reiki, is you can do it 2 ways. So again, it's just below the navel. So we can bring our hands together just below that belly button. We can touch our hands together like that and put pressure right there. Or we can have one one of our hands under the belly button, and then we can put the other one the opposite way, which is again just above the genitals. So it's getting closer to that root chakra as well. So at the same time that you're balancing out the root chakra, which we discussed yesterday, you can have one hand going that way, and then the other one for the sacral is under the belly button. So you can put pressure on it that way. So it's up to you, or you can just go like that under your belly button, and that's a way as well. And I'm sure there's other ways as well, but that's what I've been finding. Before I was interrupted on my journey and not being allowed to meditate and having all of these obstacles thrown at me, which seems a lot more obstacles than most people get. But again, I don't sit in victim mentality, and I don't sit in that poor me stance where I sit on that floor and have that sulky face, like, why is this happening to me? I move through the pain, and again, if you're not feeling discomfort, then you're doing something wrong, because all growth is going to be scary. It's going to be challenging, and you might be stuttering a few times in your message, but again, I had to roll with it now, because everything's now. The longer we sit in our own shit and become stagnant, we're never going to grow. We're never going to evolve. So again, you let go of what people think of you. You let go of what people are judging you on your looks, how you walk, how you talk, anything you do, and you just try to grow into that person that you've always wanted to become. And the more we can let go of these addictions and people-pleasing habits that we had in the past, we can evolve. And it's you get to be who you want every day, and you don't have to go seek validation from anybody else. It's a soul's mission to finding out what you wanted to do, even when you were a kid, right? Just got to wet the whistle there a little bit. I always feel like it's hard to talk, and again, living where I am, my energy's all thrown off and off kilter. But again, we do like to come on and be our authentic selves and try to get that message out anyway. So again, the physical body parts that the sacral chakra affects is our organs, our bladder, our kidneys, and our lower back. And it gives us that good imagination, and it allows us to creatively express our emotions. I find going back to any relationship I ever had, if you were dating a narcissist, you were never able to creatively express anything, never mind your emotions. And usually a lot of narcissists, they don't like you creatively expressing anything, and they'll shun you off from the world, and they'll want you as like theirs, right? They own you. And if you had any habits with them, if you had any goals, if you had any talents or passions that you loved, they would take that away from you as well. A lot of narcissists like to isolate you. And it's to the point where they want you isolated, and they want you in a stance where you can never creatively express anything. They want you just, yes, master, yes, master, yes, master, male or female. That's, again, that Jezebel energy that's taken over these egocentric monsters that are roaming around with us, 1313 on the timer. So again, I always bring it back and put it out there to narcissistic energies. If you're going to sit there in your shit for the rest of your life, please kindly get the fuck out of anyone else's way that is evolving on their journey. Because again, we didn't just come here to be bulldozed over by negative entities and energies that don't want to grow, and they don't want to do anything. Everything they do in their life is a projection at you of how they feel about themselves. And if we don't get into voicing our emotions, so again, something I've never been good at is voicing how I feel, because they'll twist everything around on you, and you will never know who you are if you stay in a relationship with them, because they will never know who they are. Why should you have to sacrifice your journey or anything of your birthright or your own goddamn free will to appease somebody else who's sitting there and doesn't want to grow? 1414 on the timer. So as I've been going solo on my journey here for a while, I'm inviting love in now, and because I took the time out to go in deep inside of myself and find out about me without anyone telling me what they thought about me, because they always will express what they think and not how they feel, because they don't know how to lean into anything or feel. 1444, but they do know how to knock you down to your very core. And if we don't heal what hurt us, we're going to keep bleeding on to everybody else. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm so sick of the expression hearing hurt people. Like, it's, you know what? Hurt people need to stop hurting other people. And if not now, when? And if these people don't want to ever take any accountability for the misery they've created in their own family dynamics within their own being, they're torturing themselves, so it's bleeding on to everybody else, and there's no excuse for it. It's time to grow up, and it's time to accept accountability for your actions, just as I've done. And I'm sure a lot of other people waking up right now are sitting there in shame, guilt, and fear that was placed and instilled in them by the government, by narcissists, and by con artists and corrupt people that wanted you to keep following along. I'm a leader, and I've always known that as a child. I always knew right from wrong, and I got lost there for a while. And that's what I'm here to teach people is, and not teach. It's just to serve my message in case it reaches somebody. Is when we end up valuing ourselves and getting to know the real us, you'll find out there's a lot of good inside of you that was taken away by these evil entities that wanted to keep you stuck, all because they hate themselves. And why would we sacrifice anything of our entire being because of these people? It's absolutely wrong to me. So I'm here to again give the voice to the voiceless. And I screwed up there for a while on my journey. I got lost hanging out with these people. And again, it comes from your childhood dynamics. If you were treated poorly and didn't have any love, you're going to follow the wrong crowd, and it's okay. You can get back up again. And I found that you don't need addictions to do anything. You can just be your true essence. And it's very rewarding every day to get up and know that you're not hungover, and know that you don't have so much anger like I used to instilled inside of me, that I had to go run and go get drugs or alcohol or any addiction that is not really me. So we can do it. And again, you do have to break free of all this negativity, and we do have to take accountability. And once you take accountability for your mistakes, and I've made a lot of them. I've made so many. I lost the greatest guy of all times while hanging out with these people and turning to booze and drugs and not being the best person because I felt so shitty inside because of my childhood wounding. And we can all heal. We can all heal together. And I just want to let anyone know, if you've made a lot of mistakes, as I have, whatever's meant for you. And if it's love, if it's the greatest love of all, it's always going to come back to you. 1811 on the timer. Whatever's meant for you will always come back to you. I wanted to hold this up yesterday. I don't know if you can read it, but it says, believe in miracles. And where we live here in London, Ontario, there's a store called Value Village. I still have the price tag on the back. But one day I walked in there, and it was like I walked in and it was my fairy tale right there, right hanging in the picture section. Believe in miracles is what I've always done. And my Namaste poster over here. They were both hanging together, and I didn't notice, but I'm again really into those angel numbers. And I always mentioned, if you see a number, there's a reason why you're going to keep seeing it, and it's up for you to dissect why you're seeing it. But I was in the store, I was happy as a little girl walking around. I believe in miracles. Yay, I'm going to buy this. And as I was in the store, I noticed as I kept walking that there's again that number's in there. It says 1906. 1906. And if you take those numbers, it can be a great guy that I used to be with. It's his birthday. And again, there's no coincidences. It's believing in miracles. And I also have another picture up on the wall that I can't show right now, but it says a true love story never ends. And it's another synchronicity when you're out shopping. If you look for things and it's just kind of there and it's for you, it's a message from the universe. So I purchased this and I was walking around the store that day. And I looked at it and I saw that guy's birthday and I thought, I had this goosebumps and this loving feeling come over me that, you know what, I do believe in miracles. And it's a guy that I really hurt. I hurt him so bad, and that's his birthday. So to me, this is very special, meaning 1906, but his birthday's 6/19. So it's in there. And I'm going to hold on and keep valuing myself and keep knowing that I do believe in miracles and I believe in true love as well. And once we get rid of our shame and our guilt and our fear, and we can grow and be accountable for the mistakes we've made, I think anything's possible. So sorry, I was getting a little animated there and a little bit of emotion, but that's the real me, and I don't hide back the real me. So I had to mention that because I wanted to mention it yesterday because it was more red and we did the root chakra yesterday, but no time like the present. And if it is a real divine love, it's always going to come back to you, because they always say your true love, nothing's ever going to work out with anybody else, because there's a lot of karmic partners out there. And there's a lot of karmic people that keep you stuck. And when you do have that true love, everybody knew it around you, and so did you. It's an energy match. And if that energy matched when you were in your addictions, like just drinking together, and everybody could see that divine love, then I have a good hope and a good feeling that me believing in that miracle, it will come back to me. And again, we don't chase, we attract. So a good affirmation is, I don't chase, I attract. And you just let it go. It's out there. And if there's a chance meeting and you happen to cross paths, and it's all leading up to that because you do keep seeing 619 everywhere, then you're going to call in that love, and it's going to be like way better than it ever was. 22:02 on the clock. I think growth is great for everybody. And if you don't grow, and again, sitting there, not opening up your sacral chakra, you won't ever be able to express your emotions. And I never was. I always think communication is the key. 22:22 on the timer. 20. I always think that being able to communicate and creatively expressing yourself is the key to any good relationship. And if you're not able to communicate, and again, I feel like somebody's trying to close my throat chakra right now as well. If you're not able and willing to communicate with somebody, then it's going to be gone. It's going to be gone. And you could have been with the greatest love of all, and it's going to be gone before you know it, because you weren't able to effectively create anything or express yourself because of feeling so low about yourself. And running to the wrong people and getting addicted on certain drugs, and thinking you needed alcohol to be a good person, and we're just running from ourselves, right? It's all that childhood wounding. And I just want to always express that out there to the collective, and let everybody know that once you go deep digging into your childhood wounds, you're going to find that overall there's always a great person within you. And it's up to you if you want to sit there your whole life and waste it and have all that hate going on, or are you going to stand up and fight for somebody, or fight for something bigger than yourself? Again, it's believing in miracles and believing in something bigger than yourself. The whole universe will always support you. So I find creatively expressing yourself very important. It's something I lacked. I never could talk. I just kept running and running and running and running. And anytime I made a mistake, I kept running further from it. And there's nothing worse than that. There's nothing worse than if you make one mistake, you can't talk to somebody about it. 24:14 on the timer. If you make one mistake, and you can't ever talk to that person about it, then it's just going to get worse. And by the time you're done your life here, you're going to have made a million mistakes. And if you can't openly express yourself about that, you're going to be feeling just like shit. And it's like a narcissist. They hate themselves. But if they could just for one minute, try to look beyond their external and dive deep into those childhood wounds that they're projecting onto everybody else, they might see that they could have a better life too. That's always my hope anyway. I always hope that for everybody, right? Because I don't have that hate in my heart. But when I reflect back on the greatest relationship of all time, I ran away. Anytime something was wrong, I ran. I chose Coke, I chose the wrong people, and I chose booze. And I chose a lot of booze for over 3 decades of drowning in this addiction, killing me, looking awful. I was 183 pounds back then, and I had a failed back surgery, so I was a lot bigger. And again, it doesn't matter. It's how you feel. It's your beauty radiating out. It doesn't matter what weight you are, but it's if you feel disgusting, then you're going to feel disgusting no matter what size you are. And when we turn to cocaine and we turn to booze, you're going to just keep getting older and decaying and looking uglier and uglier when you could have had a chance, and everybody has that chance at a great life and a great love story. And that's what I'm rooting for, is for all those haters out there to get that good love story, because you're not going to get it, and you're not going to be able to be intimate with anybody, because a lot of people have an avoidant attachment style, and it's a lot of people out there just sleeping with anyone and anything just to get that supply, to get that energy from that person. And it's an avoidant attachment. It could be the male or the female. Whether you're a narcissist or not, you're avoiding everything, and you're just going to get that cheap thrill. And it's a lust thrill. And when you leave the person after you did that, you feel like shit. And it doesn't matter if you're the male or the female. It's something I've grown to on my journey. I noticed when I got sober that my energy wasn't matching with people like that. And you can't fake it. You can't, when you get sober, there's a difference between intimacy when you're sober and when you're drunk or high on cocaine. And again, I'm 3 years and 3 months celibate now. And it was the best thing I ever did as well. And again, sobriety saved my life. If I didn't get sober, I'd still be just stuck in all these addictions that are killing everybody, man. And we're all worth more than these addictions that are killing us. And but you got to be brave, you got to be strong, and you got to look deep inside of yourself. And if a narcissist could do that, 27. If a narcissist could stop for 1 minute and think of how they're projecting all that bullshit and hate onto somebody else, and just take that minute to sit there and have that inner reflection, their life would be so much better. And I always hope that, right? I always hope for anyone, even a narcissist. I always hope that they can stop using and abusing people, and stop that avoidant attachment style, right? And again, when you're in those addictions, that's all you have. You have an avoidant attachment style, and it hit home for me one time. And again, it's when you're celibate and sober and not on drugs, and you're like thinking still like, oh, I kind of feel like having sex tonight, and you go out and get that sex. Could be great sex, but you feel nothing. You feel nothing when you're sober, and it could be great. But one time it happened to me. I came home 28. Since I always feel sharing gets my message out there for other people to make them a little bit more vulnerable, or let them know it's okay. Before I became celibate, I was still doing that, and I was sober, and it just didn't feel right anymore, man. It didn't feel right. And again, you can't fake it. You can't fake it. And it's okay if you made mistakes when you're on drugs or you're 3 decades of drinking. It's okay that you made mistakes, but you got to be honest at one point. How much longer are you going to continue to pull off this facade that you're living with your mask? You know, you're not being real. You're avoiding what's truly deep, the essence of you inside of you that's waiting to come out, and you're just lusting over everybody, and it's just giving you. It's basically like scrolling on Facebook. It's that instant gratification. That's all it's giving you. And then after, you feel like shit again. And it's something, again, I noticed when I became sober. I came home one night, and I won't go into the details, but I threw up. I threw up, and it wasn't an energy match. And from that point on, I couldn't do it anymore. And I was sick of being that person anyway, running and thinking that, being promiscuous was going to help you in anything. It doesn't. It just doesn't. And you don't know that until you get sober. And there's no judgment with anyone, because I judged myself pretty harshly, and I don't judge myself anymore, because I'm very accountable, and I'm very worthy of that love that I deserve. Once I started healing, I saw that. But we all make mistakes, and when you're going out there just trying to chase something, chase some tail, and thinking this is gonna help you, it doesn't, and it doesn't for the narcissist either. But that's what they do, and again, it's avoiding what's really deep down inside of you. So that's all I'm going to say about that, but it had to do with creatively expressing yourself. And again, I can communicate now. I can communicate. I might babble a bit. I might be stuttering and trembling, and these words might not be flowing out easily and effortlessly as I want them to, but it's just coming up right now for me to express on a live and let people know what goes on once you do get sober. You can't fake it anymore. You can't. And you do go deep into yourself, and you find you don't need sex. You don't need drugs. You don't need alcohol. You just need your fucking self, and you need to find yourself, and you can do it. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. We'll just leave it at that. So again, going back to the sacral chakra, it's going to give you that good imagination. So right now I don't really have that good imagination. I did a couple months ago, but again, who's ever blocking off my meditation? Again, I'm seeing perverse things when I close my eyes. And I think I manifested a couple good things a couple months ago. And again, you manifest when we imagine. When we can visualize, it's ours. It's ours, and we let it go. And when our manifestations are ready to come in, as long as your energy's right, you're going to get them. But you can't be sitting there every day wondering, when's this coming? When's this coming? You just gotta keep growing and keep learning more about yourself. So it gives you good imagination, creatively expressing. My throat chakra is starting to close again. So whenever that's happening, for some reason, I always have to put my finger in my ear here too. And I've been noticing that on my videos. Because again, it's always feeling like there's like people inside of my ear hacked into me, like again, the government watch list and whatnot. I never shut up as a kid, and I was always told to shut up. So in my journey right now, for me to keep moving forward, I'm not going to shut up, and I'm just going to keep talking. And my message, I know, is going to reach somebody, and hopefully it's going to reach the person that I loved dearly, and I still do. There's always one in a crowd, right? There's always one that you always had that good energy with. And again, if you believe in miracles, anything's possible. 3303 on the timer. Again, a lot of those relationships out there are karmic. They're karmic for you to learn your lessons and grow, which I've done. I've learned so many lessons with narcissists, and I don't hate them. I don't hate them because I don't hate anyone. But when I've set a boundary, again, I've talked about this. When I've set a boundary and I've grown and I've learned the lesson, and I'm now able to teach other people about narcissism and about alcohol, booze, sex, whatever I feel like talking about. I'm allowed to, again, have that boundary, and nobody should be thinking that I belong to them and somebody owns me, because they don't. they just don't own me. So again, I brought something out again that's orange. It was the color, and it's the birth name I was given. which is Lynn, L-Y-N-N. So this also applies to L-Y-N-N-E and L-Y-N. And I'm a Pisces sign from what I know for my birthday. And Lynn, the name Lynn means waterfall, which is cool because from what I know, I am a Pisces sign. I am a water sign. And it says from the Old English meaning waterfall, she is strong, dependable, and can turn her hand to anything, a lady of many talents. So I thought that was cool because it was the color of the sacral chakra, which we're discussing. I thought that was cool, and it's something that I can look at, and it will give me the courage to keep going on my journey and speaking my truth. Because when you've been beat down by these people for so long, you feel like shit, and when you treated somebody else like shit, you're always going to feel like shit. So it's a really shitty way to feel, and until you take accountability, as I've done for your life, you're always going to feel like shit, and you're going to keep spreading it on to people, and that's just not my style. That was something that I inherited as a kid, and I took on everybody's shit, and it's like people still want me to be scapegoated in town and taking on everybody's shit and problems, and again, the more people that keep avoiding my boundaries that I've set, it's called rape, and it's called crossing the line, and I'm not into those people. So again, I'm going to keep just always saying that out loud. So again, if we don't open that sacral chakra, it's going to give us mental and emotional issues. We're going to lack motivation. So again, it's going to give us that procrastination energy, which again, in my personal opinion, the lack of motivation is also can be a limiting belief. It's a limiting belief of something that somebody might have told you about yourself, something you inherited as a child, and something that you made a mistake in your life and you can't get over it because you hurt somebody, but you keep not addressing it. That's to me what causes the limiting fears and the limiting beliefs about yourself. So again, it's that procrastination energy. And if you're hanging out with energies and people that don't wish to grow, then you're going to be in a procrastination energy altogether, because you're hanging out with the wrong people and you're hanging out with people that don't wish to grow. So if you do, you got to get away from them. I keep expressing the urgency with that. Again, right now, my back is being, I feel like my back is being tortured, and I'm going to say that out honestly and express myself. And again, my throat is killing from speaking my truth, and I'm getting a headache right now as well. So it's leading me to believe that the scalar weapons, the direct energy weapons, are being used on me. And again, it must be something they've been doing to me since I was a kid. I literally feel like what it is like I've never used one on my animals, and I'm totally against it. It feels like a choke collar, like someone's put when they do that choke collar on a dog or something. That's what I feel like they're doing to me right now. And it's fucking ignorant as shit. So I will say that. And my ears pop a lot too. And I've done all these frequencies to try to get rid of X energies, sexual energies, false twin flames. That's all for a different episode. But I've tried very, very hard to get rid of all these energies, and I feel like it's something illegal that's going on. And the more I talk about it, maybe one day it will stop. Again, living in one of the most corrupt places in the world, London, Ontario, Canada, where I'm at the point right now where I barely trust anybody because it's a big joke to everybody what I'm going through. And there's nothing funny about standing out naked for the whole world. Well, I do have a pretty dress on, but I mean bearing my soul to the world, and these idiots just don't want me to talk because again, they're just sitting there not wanting to grow, and we all have the choice every day. So I'm just going to say that, and I'm going to move this chair over here because I got to lean right in here because my back is killing. So again, it's the lack of motivation, the procrastination energies, and it's you're going to have problems with sex and control issues, which is again leading to me right now. What's happening with me? Somebody again is controlling me, trying to shut me up, trying to make me like their little in their little box, and I'm not. I wasn't meant to fit in the box. I was meant to be my own sovereign being, and that's what the fuck I am. So sex or emotional abuse. You're going to have emotional abuse problems and problems with sex. So again, with intimacy, again, what the narcissist is. They're showboating when they're having sex with you, and there's nothing intimate about it. They'll put on a good show in the bedroom for you, and there's nothing there. You'll try to talk after, go have a good dinner. They don't want to talk to you. They don't even want to be around you. And that's what I mean. It's an avoidant attachment style. And if there's any other empaths out there that are going through what I've been through, that's what I'm here to let those females know, or the males, that you'll never ever get a narcissist to love you, and you'll never get anywhere with them. They're controlling, manipulating, and the only thing they think they're good at in controlling for a bit is them in the bedroom with you. They put on that show, and that's all really. In the grand scheme of things, that's all they have. They have like a little dick chakra moment, and put on a little showboat porno for you, and that's all they got to offer you. And then they go away feeling disgusted with themselves too, because there's something inside of them, whether it be they were abused as a kid, sexually or in another way by a narcissist, and they took on the role of that person as well instead of healing, which is ignorant to me. The only thing you should be controlling is your own self. Nobody should be dominating over anybody, ever. It's no. So again, I already touched on this. I went a bit long here, 40:33. So it's going to give you, when you don't open up your sacral chakra, it's going to give you that lusting. So again, when you're in addictions, most of it is all lusting, right? You're like, you need that instant gratification, and you're going to scroll on Facebook to get that. Within 5 minutes, you're depleted. You have no energy to give anybody, but you're usually stealing from somebody who is healed, being an empath, or somebody that decided to be courageous and go on her spiritual journey. Everyone's still going to be loosh harvesting off of you, which again is illegal, because in the spiritual journey, it's called love, living one vibrational energy. It's not to be loosh harvested by these wankers who won't do the work. Again, that lazy energy, which they try to make you feel lazy, and you were never lazy. It was all them projecting their shit onto you. Again, if we don't heal our sacral chakra, it's going to give, you're going to constantly be fantasizing about sex. That's all you're going to be doing. You're going to be fantasizing about sex and lusting for people. So again, that's going to bring you into more addictions, whether it be porn, whether it be videoing people against their will, or maybe you're videoing yourself, who knows? But you're always going to be like chasing. You're going to be just lusting over anything to get that gratification. And you're going to have difficulty with boundaries. So being a woman, I'm going to keep my sacral chakra open, because I don't have any difficulty setting boundaries. And I'm here to let other women and men know that they shouldn't either. Because nobody owns you, and we're not to be scapegoated, and we're not to be treated as a little pawn in somebody's game because they can't do the fucking healing work on themselves. If you don't open it up, it's going to cause unresolved trauma excessively, and it's going to give you sexual dysfunction. It's going to give you fibroid tumors. These are all the health risks. Fibroid tumors, sexual dysfunction, allergies, skin disorders, prostate, bladder problems, pelvic, low back pain, overindulgence in food and sex. So again, with the narcissist, in my experience on the planet with them, they overindulge in everything. And a lot of them make a big gross noise when they're eating too. And I think it's fucking disgusting. It's like everything is just overindulging, right? It's just, and I'm not making fun of people if they eat their food fast. I'm not trying to make fun of that or say anything wrong about that. I eat very slow, and I always have as a kid. It's not about that. It's always wanting more. Like when the country shut down, when the world shut down, who was going in Costco? Who was going to buy all the toilet paper? Who had to have everything? It's the narcissist. It's that ego, that false self. and they're overindulging in everything because they just never want to love one person because they can't. So they got to have the best of the best. And they'll always try to be searching for that supermodel out there when inside of themselves is just a dark, disgusting, unhealed grossness. And they'll never settle for anybody if you don't fit into the most beautiful person in the world, and your insides could be not rotting out like the Jezebel spirits. You could be a bright, divine, beautiful being, and they still wouldn't go for you or love you. Again, they can't love anybody because they don't love themselves. They hate. But they'll never go for somebody because all they care about is external. That's all they care about. And if you're not a supermodel, they're always going to be searching for that. That's all they fucking care about. And that's another thing I think is wrong with the world. 4444 on the timer, is these egocentric assholes. They gotta look good, right? Again, if you're with one of them, they'll walk ahead of you. So luckily I've never been married to one, but they'll walk ahead of you. They always want to pretend they're single, and because in their own mind they're single. Even though if you could be with one for 8 years, they're single. They'll walk ahead of you. And they'll always be looking around for that next best thing, right? And who's the hottest person out there? And it won't matter to them what's inside of you, which leads me to believe, what the fuck is wrong with people when all they're doing is looking at surface level? Has it gotten that bad that all you do is sit there and say, wow, she's hot, he's hot? What's inside of them? Can they have a conversation? Do you eat dinner with them going, and it's just like a big pig that you're eating with? It's just gross to me. And that's just me now on my journey, speaking my truth. It can give you knee problems, which I've had lots of knee problems lately, but I feel like somebody's shocking me with an electric shock right in my knee, and it's fucking killing. So I'm going to say my knee problems are from something else. And it's going to give you coughs and asthma. So that's the health risks with not opening your sacral chakra, which leads me to, I always bring out the crystal that's involved with it. So today it's the Carnelian. So come Carnelian. I made a video about this beautiful crystal before. It's the beautiful vibrant orange color, and it's for creativity. So you will say, I am creative, isn't that? You can affirm, I am passionate, and I fully embrace my desires. I allow myself to experience pleasure in all areas of my life. And once you heal, you can and you will experience pleasure and creativity and love and abundance in all areas of your life, because you put the little bit of work into yourself, and the universe responds to people like that. So that's the Carnelian. And again, with that one, the one I was wearing yesterday, which kind of stuck here on my chain, but that's okay. It's here. It came off. It's the red jasper, and the red jasper is going to free up your blocked energy, and it's gonna give you the creativity, the passion, and the motivation. And the red jasper, it repels self-doubt. So again, your limiting fears and your limiting beliefs, sometimes imposed and inflicted on you by none other than the narcissist. So again, the sacral chakra is a great one for giving you the healthy boundaries in all of your relationships. So it can be with your kids and whomever else, your friends, your significant other, what have you. It's going to give you great balance in all of your relationships. And it gives you feelings of enjoyment and empathy. And again, I have the empathy and I have a lot of enjoyment, but again, I'm in the wrong location right now. So it's that's going to come from me. But again, I've always had empathy, and I always will. But what I don't have empathy for is people that are disrespecting me. I don't have empathy for those people. Again, I have to keep addressing that, because I feel like these people are not wanting me to speak ever, and always trying to bring me down all the time, and it's ignorant as fuck. And I'm gonna keep putting that out there. Again, it's a water element, so the sacral chakra is a water element. And a good expression and a good saying I heard from somebody once was, be like water, it takes the shape of anything. And I always find that fitting in my life. If we just be like water, it takes the shape of anything. It's going to give adaptability and emotional processing. So again, you can have those conversations with people even if they're hard, and you'll be able to emotionally process it. Unlike the narcissist who's just taking on your personality, and they're watching you and stealing your whole everything from you, your being, your persona, everything, your divine essence, everything, as they studied you for so long. They're taking on somebody else's whole image and nothing to do with themselves. It also, the sacral, so I did mention about addictions. I guess there's a reason why I went on about that, but the sacral chakra does hold all of our addictions. So it's a creator of gluttony and addictions. You'll turn to all those addictions we mentioned, and the gluttony. So just, you can never have enough of everything, of anything. You always got to have more, right? Always got to have more. And again, when we do restore it and we do open it, it's going to give us that balance. So we have no limiting beliefs, and it's going to bring us joy overall. And I know joy is going to be coming my way. I find joy not an emotion. I find joy and love and happiness to be, I don't want it to just be an emotion. I want it to be a state of being. And once I keep going on my journey and hopefully get to where I'm going to end up in a different location, I'm going to have all of that, and it's going to be something that I have all the time within me, and it's not just an emotion. I'm going to be in that state of awesomeness all the time because nobody can take it away from me. When we balance out the sacral chakra, it's going to get rid of loneliness and isolation and anxiety. I'm a lucky person. I've been by myself 50-55 on the timer. I've been by myself for quite a while now, and I'm the kind of girl that can hang out by herself. And a lot of people hate that because the narcissists they hate it because they can't have peace within themselves. So if they see you just minding your own business and not bothering them, they don't like that either, right? They hate everything, but they can't see a person just attuning to themselves and minding their own business on their journey. They hate it because they can't fucking have any peace. So you shouldn't be allowed either, which is, again, something that's disgusting that somebody would think that way. So I'm very fortunate and I'm very blessed with, once I kicked out my addictions and got rid of people pleasing. My cool ex was like this too, but I was always trying to be cool and fit in with friends and going out to party. I never thought I could stay home. I thought it was going to be boring, and it's not boring when you're doing something of value. 5155, again, bringing integrity, service, and value in your life, and living out of your soul and not out of your ego. You're always going to be able to find something that will allow you to not be bored and to be able to actually hang out with yourself and really fucking enjoy your company. And again, that's your right, and it's not for somebody else to hate on you for that either. What else? Codependency. So again, if it's not balanced out, you're having codependency, again, lusting over after people, chasing other people, never being alone to try to go into yourself. Healthy to be healthy. It's what was that? It's healthy to be alone and heal. And I already touched on that. And the last thing about it is the second last thing about the sacral chakra is how to open it and balance it out. Again, it's always yoga. So certain yoga poses, hip poses, the pigeon pose and the butterfly pose, and physical exercise. And a deep breath work, which I was getting into that somatic breath work a while back. And again, it's the prana life force. It's our life force to just breathe when you're having a moment. When you get that breath, you can come back to yourself and be still and come back into your present body. And I'm not able to do that anymore. So again, these people are controlling me, and they just don't want me to progress on my journey. And again, it's the narcissist, because they just won't do the work, but they'll pretend they're the cat's ass and the fucking fly guy or girl in the universe, and they're not. When you get to know them, they're not. And again, you'll just want to, and I can't express that you need to get away from these people fast. Once you see what you see, you can't unsee it. And the last things, again, I always mention the foods with the sacral chakra. So again, it's going to be melons, pumpkin seeds, oranges, carrots, sweet potatoes, mangoes, papayas, almonds and walnuts, and sesame seeds are very good too for it, and pumpkin. I think I already said that twice. Pumpkin seeds and pumpkin. So those are some good foods that you can eat with it. And again, wearing the color orange, and bringing that into your daily life, whether you want to do it for a week. I brought this book out too. Again, it's all about energy, as I'm an energy channeler and I know a lot about energy. A lot of narcissists are just really trying to extract your energy and trying to steal your vital life force, which is for you only once you've done the work. And it's not for somebody to be manipulating, gaslighting, or twisting, or putting their shitty energy on you. Once you know what they do, you know, and you can't unknow that either. It's just it's that strong knowing some of us have, and again, it comes from claircognizance. It's you know something and you don't know how you know it, but you just know it. And that's the great thing about the journey. We all have these gifts, and once we tap into ourselves, and you can really end up coming out on the other end of the other side of life, where you're loving yourself again, just as you did as a kid before somebody fucked up your shit. But if you don't heal it, again, that's the Carnelian crystal. Again, if you don't heal it and you choose not to, it's disrespectful, and it's ignorant to stand in somebody else's way if they chose to go on the journey to knowing thyself. I got a little bit serious there again. These scalar weapons are being used all over my body right now, and I'm not going to not say anything about it. It's making me more serious, which is fine. I'm okay being serious, but it's ignorant, and I live in the corrupt city where it's almost like there's a lot of corruption going on, and there's not really anyone I feel safe with speaking to about it, but there is always one person, and the on the clock it was just 5/6/19. So again, it's that person with that birthday. That right now is probably the only person that I would ever want to speak with at this point in my life, besides a couple other people that have set down their ego and got themselves into a meeting room and started knocking off their addictions and what's killing them inside and eating them alive, that they have to hate on everybody else. So again, living in a corrupt city where again, I believe it to be run by Masons. I'm also here to let other people know that fear is a fucking illusion, and the universe is always going to send you the people you need when you need them. And as long as you're living in the light and doing what's right, I'm always going to keep standing up for myself, and again, for the other people that don't have a voice. And I know, trusting fully in the universe, believing in miracles, believing in love, and believing in myself, something that I never did because other people told me I was shit. And I thought I was shit. And I became shit for a while too, but I healed that. So you can heal it too, and it just starts with, again, everything is right now, and I'm here again to show people fear is an illusion, and these entities and evil people that think that they own people and can bulldoze over people, it's unfucking acceptable, and I'm gonna keep speaking my truth, and I know the universe there's always going to be the duality, right? 57, this is very, very long, but I got it out, so that's okay. Again, when you see the double numbers, they're very good on your journey as well. You can look up any number as an angel number or a spiritual number, and it's going to tell you where you are on your path. If you look around outside, everything's a sign for you. Again, everything is there for you. You just have to have the eyes to look for it. And when you're unconscious and you're sitting in your addictions and you're lusting over everybody and unsatisfied and unhappy with yourself, you're never going to grow, and you're always going to be have that avoidant lifestyle, and be detached from everything, including yourself. So again, I can't express enough that when you do want to grow on your journey, it's okay to go alone for a while, and whoever is meant to come back into your life, of course the universe is going to send you those people, because most of the people, when it's not a true love story, are always going to be karmic, standing in the way and wanting to keep you stuck and stagnant, and not getting to your true divine essence or your true divine partner. So I'm going to end off with that. This was the longest video I think I've ever made, and I guess that's what needed to be shared and needed to come out. So there you go. I'm going to end it there now. Again, that's the sacral chakra. It's orange, and again, you can wear the colors for a day, or you can work on each chakra for a week, and eat those yummy foods. Be grateful for them, and dress in the color of the chakra. Tomorrow I'll be back, or later today, with the solar plexus, which is going to be yellow. And that's going to be the third chakra from the bottom. Again, I'm Lynn. I'm coming to you from London, Ontario, Canada, and I am soulfully sober, and I am at soulfully sober, and I am soulfully sober, and sobriety gave me my whole life back. Had I have not taken had the courage to 59 on the timer, had the courage to stay sober and stay true to myself, I wouldn't have been this far on my journey. And today we got to give credit to ourselves, and tell ourselves how proud we are of ourselves, because sometimes nobody else ever will, and you're the only one that's going to be able to help yourself. Once you give all that love back to yourself, that true love is going to come back for you. And again, believe in the miracles, have faith in the universe, and again, what's rightfully yours will always find you. Namaste. Thank you if you got this far.